So welcome student for this 24th lecture on theory of fundamental load compensation. And last time you remember we have derived the expression for the load currents and the compensator currents in terms of the susceptances and admittances. And we were trying to correlate them. Okay, this set and this set together, there is some relationship between them, and based on this relationship or conditions of the compensation, we will have three equations, and since we have three variables, so we can solve based on these three equations. I also explained that the three conditions look like this. The first one is the total or net zero sequence current must be equal to 0. In other words, if I add this I0 gamma plus I0L, the sum must be equal to 0. Actually, this condition is not very important condition, because by default this is the property of the three-phase three-wire system that zero sequence current will be equal to 0. So it is very trivial condition. It is not any useful condition for this, because this is the property of the three-phase three-wire network. So second condition is that the negative sequence currents of the compensator must be equal to the negative of the negative sequence load currents. In other words, the total or net negative sequence currents, that is I2 gamma plus I2L, together must be equal to 0. It basically means that all the negative current of the load is supplied by the negative sequence current components of the compensator, which is fair enough condition, and it gives a very clear idea that what the compensator is supposed to do. Then the third condition is on the power factor. Okay, the third condition is on the power factor, which says that the power factor from the utility, okay, this is the power factor phi. Phi is the angle of power factor. So if you say power factor, this is called cos phi. Okay, so for a given cos phi, the phi is specified. So for this phi, you can call it tan phi. So tan phi must be equal to the ratio of imaginary of I1 plus I1 gamma. This is the net positive sequence current. Okay, I can write this way, that the net positive sequence current, you can say IS1 as for source, must be equal to the summation of I1L plus I1 gamma. Okay, then it has a real parts and it has imaginary parts. So I1L plus I1 gamma, one is real part and plus J imaginary part. I1L plus I1 gamma. Okay, so therefore the ratio of imaginary I1L plus I1 gamma divided by real of I1L plus I1 gamma must be equal to tan phi. Okay, the third condition. So as I said, the first condition is not very useful. In fact, the second condition leads to two equations. Okay, the second condition was I2 gamma plus I2L is equal to 0. Therefore, I2 gamma phasor equal to minus I2L, which can be further written as real I2 gamma plus J imaginary I2 gamma. Any phasor we can write in real and imaginary parts. Okay, must be equal to negative of real of I2L minus J imaginary of I2L. So if we compare the real parts and imaginary parts on both the side, we will get two conditions. And therefore, two equations. So we get two equations from condition 2. Okay, therefore this condition gives you two equations. And condition 3 gives one condition. So we have three equations in net. We will see. Now the real of I2 gamma plus j imaginary of I2 gamma. We will equate these equivalence between the real of I2L. So this must be equal to this and this must be equal to this. Now what is the real of I2 gamma? What is the imaginary of I2 gamma or imaginary of I2 gamma? That we can find out from the expressions we developed earlier. Okay, if you remember the values of I2L, I2 gamma, I1 gamma, these have been expressed earlier like this. Okay, so I will just like to show you that these are the equations that we have earlier established, that I0 gamma equal to 0, I1 gamma is j, b gamma ab here, plus b gamma bc plus b gamma ca whole bracket closed into root 3b, and I2 gamma equal to minus j alpha square b gamma ab plus b gamma bc plus alpha b gamma ca root 3b. Now from this you can tell us this is I2 gamma. Okay, so I2 gamma, which is this I2 gamma, actually this one is used here. Okay, so this I2 gamma expression is used here, that you can see I am highlighting this content. This is I2 gamma must be equal to minus j, because this is minus j here. So we are trying to simplify this expression. Minus j is here from this, and alpha square is minus half minus j root 3 by 2 into b gamma ab. This is first term, this one. Okay, this is the first term. The second term is b gamma bc. So b gamma bc is no problem because it is simplified. There is no alpha component here. And the third component is, what is that? Alpha into b gamma ca. So this is alpha into b gamma ca into root 3b. Again we collect the coefficient of real and imaginary parts. We will get these terms. This is the first one, real part, because minus j and minus j become j square, and j square is minus 1. So minus root 3 by 2 has come here, b gamma ab, and b gamma ca is from this real part, this one, minus half into b gamma, and j is here, so j square minus j square plus j, so plus root 3 by 2 into b gamma ca. And in this we collect the imaginary coefficient plus j is here. So this is minus and minus plus, so they become plus here. So this is plus b gamma b by 2, and this is minus sign, so minus b gamma bc here. This is minus sign, plus into minus, and then minus j into minus half becomes plus half. So this is b gamma ca by 2. So this is the real part of the I2 gamma, and this is the imaginary part of I2 gamma. So we know what is real part and what is imaginary part. Now we can substitute this real and imaginary part in terms of the load current. Okay, so what is the real part? This is the real part. So real of I2 gamma. Okay, so real of I2 gamma must be equal to minus real of I2L. So this is minus sign. Okay, so I will make it multiply by minus sign, this one. Therefore real of I2 gamma minus, I can take minus this side, equal to real of I2L. So this minus of this becomes this, because it is a plus sign now. So plus root 3 by 2 b gamma ab minus root 3 by 2 b gamma ca equal to real of I2L by root 3b, because root 3b is here. This factor I want to bring this side, so this factor is root 3b. Okay, so this factor is being taken this side here, and therefore this is the first condition of the first equation from the second condition, this one. Have I switched off this one? Okay. And second condition, comparing this imaginary part, comparing will give the second equation. What is that? This is the imaginary part. So we use another equation of that, minus imaginary of I2 gamma must be equal to imaginary of I2L. Okay. So minus of this, so minus b gamma by 2, you can see it here, this term, minus of this term is minus b gamma by 2, and then minus minus become plus here, so this is plus b gamma bc, and they become again minus here, they become minus here, equal to imaginary of I2L by root 3b. The root 3b has come down here. So I have given the name star and double star. These are two equations coming from condition 2. So condition 2 gives two equations. Because we are comparing the real and imaginary parts. Condition 3, as I said, decide the power factor. So if you wish the power factor of phi from the utility, then the ratio of the net imaginary of I1L plus I1 gamma to the real of I1L plus I2 gamma must be equal to 10 phi, let us call it beta. So this implies that the imaginary of I1 L plus I1 gamma must be equal to beta into the real of I1L plus I1 gamma. Fine. By the property of the compensator cannot have the real power. Therefore, the real component of the I1 gamma must be equal to 0. Therefore, the real component of I1 gamma equal to 0. It is equivalent to saying that the G part of the compensator is equal to 0, which is correct. In the beginning we assumed that the compensator is consist of only the reactive components, that is L and C. It cannot have a resistance. So that is true. Using this condition, this becomes 0. Okay, and hence the condition we get is imaginary of I1L, this one, plus imaginary of I1 gamma, this one. We can expand these imaginary parts, equal to beta into real of I1L, this one, and this is 0. So this is 0. Again simplify this, because we are interested to know the compensator susceptances in terms of the admittance parameter or the load parameters. So imaginary of I1 gamma. What is I1 gamma? This is I1 gamma. This we have proved earlier. Okay. I1 gamma is J B gamma AB plus B gamma BC plus B gamma CA. Therefore, imaginary of I1 gamma is nothing but J will go away, B gamma AB plus B gamma BC plus B gamma CA into root 3B. So this is the value of imaginary of I1 gamma. This value is being replaced here. So imaginary of I1 gamma is therefore equal to B gamma AB plus B gamma BC plus B gamma CA into root 3B equal to minus of imaginary of I1L here plus beta into real of I1L. So again we bring this factor down here. So it becomes minus 1 by root 3b imaginary of I1L minus beta, okay, real of I1L. Therefore, we have three equations now. These are two equations here in the beginning. These are two equations, and this is another equation. This is third equation. So we have three equations. There are three variables. These are the three equations here. Again, I have rewritten for your completeness, for the completeness. So this is the first one, first condition, then second condition, and then third condition. This comes from the condition 2, and this comes from condition 1. Now it is very clear that three equations, three variables. Which are variables? B gamma AB here, B gamma BC, and B gamma CA. These are compensator susceptances which needs to be computed to compensate. Okay, we can solve these equations. Let us start. Let us start from star and 3-star equation. So this equation and this equation. Alright, we can multiply equation star to a second star by 2. So we'll multiply this equation by 2. Okay, if we multiply this by 2, then it becomes this equation, minus B gamma AB plus 2 B gamma BC minus B gamma CA equal to 2 into imaginary of I2L divided by root 3B, and this equation is as such: B gamma AB plus B gamma BC plus B gamma CA equal to minus 1 by root 3B imaginary of I1L minus beta into real of I1L. Simply add them, this will go away. And on the left hand side, we will get 3 into B gamma BC. Okay, 3 into B gamma BC, this one. I'm sorry, wrong here. Okay, equal to, these two are being summed up, this plus this. So this plus this becomes minus 1 by root 3b, this is common, 1 by root 3b and 1 by root 3b is common here, and this is minus n goes inside, so minus imaginary of I1L, and this becomes plus 2, so plus 2 into imaginary of I2L, this one, and again minus minus become plus because this is minus I have taken inside, so plus beta real of I1L. Okay, maybe I can take one scale to indicate where I am. So I am here, time being. Alright, so B gamma CA, therefore 3 will come here down, so 3 is coming here, so it become minus 1 by 3 root 3b imaginary of, I have taken minus common again from inside, so this become plus here. Okay, so imaginary of I1L minus twice, this become plus become minus here, imaginary of I2L minus beta real of I1L. This is B gamma BC. Now we know B gamma BC, then we can solve for B gamma CA and B gamma AB. How? We can substitute back this B gamma into the equation second star, that is this equation, this one. So B gamma, therefore B gamma minus B gamma AB minus B gamma CA, it basically means this plus this. So this and minus this equal to this minus B gamma BC, because this will come on this side. Then I will know what is the expression for B gamma AB and B gamma CA. So using the same equation again, we will find out the value of b gamma ab by 2 minus b gamma ca by 2, which is equal to 1 by root 3b imaginary of I2L minus b gamma bc. So this is equal to 1 by root 3b imaginary of I2L, same thing this, and minus b gamma. So minus b gamma is minus 1 by 3 root 3b imaginary of I1L minus twice of imaginary of I2L minus beta real of I1L. Okay, so minus minus become plus. I want to simplify this, so we will take common 1 by root 3b, 1 by 3 root 3b. So we will take this common, the whole expression from here and from here. So we multiply by 3 here and divide by 3 here. Then this become common factor for both of them. So this is common factor, and this becomes here imaginary of I1L, this is imaginary of I1L, this is minus minus plus 2, okay, and this is minus 2 imaginary of I2L here, and this is here 3 times of 1 by 3 root 3. So this becomes imaginary of I2L. Am I correct? The sign is correct, but this is here should come as a imaginary or plus this value of this term. Will you please check this term? B gamma BC is minus minus. Okay, so minus is common. Okay, fine. So minus minus plus again minus. Are you getting it? This minus is common to this one also. So this minus into this minus become plus and again minus. So minus 2 and plus 3. This is plus 3. So minus 2 plus 3 becomes I2L. I hope I am clear. So this is minus 2 and this is plus 3. So 3 minus 2 become 1, and hence this is I2L. The third part is minus beta real of I1L. So this is equal to b gamma ab by 2 minus b gamma ab by 2 minus b gamma ca by 2 equal to 1 by 3 root 3b imaginary of I1L plus imaginary of I2L minus beta real of I1L. And the first equation was here. This was the first equation. Where is that? I lost it here. Yeah. First equation. This one. First equation is here. Okay. So first equation we will divide by root 3. This one. Root 3 will take on this side. So it become minus b gamma ab by 2 minus b gamma ca by 2 equal to real of I2L by 3b. So this we have used here. This one. So 3 root 3b is come from the first equation, and this equation just now we have proved it from this one, and this is actually the first equation from here. Okay, so b gamma, this is b gamma by 2 minus b gamma ca by 2 equal to real of I2L by root 3b. It's root 3b actually, but I want to make this factor as a common factor. Therefore, we will multiply by root 3 and divide by root 3. So this becomes 3 root 3b and root 3 into real of I2L. So because then it becomes a common factor, this and this become common. Okay, and because of this we can simplify. Now it is very simple. Simply add them. If we add these components, then this will go away. We will get here minus b gamma c actually. We will get minus sign, but minus I have taken common. Okay, so let us keep minus sign is there, it's not a problem for the time being. And this side we will get 1 by 3 root 3b. Okay, the common factor. And on the right hand side we have imaginary of I1L, this term, plus imaginary of I2L, this term, and this is root 3 into real of I2L. Since minus is common here, so this will become minus here. Okay, so they become minus root 3 real of I2L, and then minus beta, this term, real of I1L. Okay, so minus minus plus is fine, but this is here actually minus B gamma Ca. So B gamma Ca will be minus, but what about the right hand side? Right hand side is plus here, so this will be plus. So minus B gamma will be equal to, let me put it here, oh sorry, minus B gamma Ca will be equal to 1 by root 3. If I do not take common this plus sign here, then it will be simply like this, 1 by 3 root 3b. And then if I take this common bracket between this and this, right, then it will be imaginary of I1L and imaginary of I2L minus plus, become plus actually here because this is plus here, so plus of root 3 here and minus of beta. Okay, and then I take minus common after that. If I take minus common, then it becomes the minus sign. So I believe there is a something B gamma Ca. So B gamma, yeah, correct, fine. This is plus sign. Alright, therefore B gamma will be nothing but minus sign removed from here and put here. Okay, am I correct? So this is the expression for B gamma Ca. Minus will come here then. And now substitute this back into the previous equation, we will get B gamma AB. So B gamma AB is B gamma Ca plus 2 by root 3, okay, and root 3 real of I2L. This is directly from any of the equations. We can use this equation actually from this. Okay, and we solve this, then we will get this term here, minus 3 by 3 root 3b, imaginary of I1L plus imaginary of I2L plus root 3 real of I2L minus beta real of I1L. Okay, the only difference is in it should be negative here, I think, not positive. So this should be negative actually. Because I have taken negative common, so it becomes negative. Okay, so this is negative, this is positive. The only difference is the sign of this term between B gamma Ca and B gamma AB, this sign. So therefore now we have these three equations. All right, the B gamma AB and B gamma BC and B gamma Ca. These three equations can be solved to find out the compensator susceptances, B gamma AB, B gamma BC, B gamma Ca. And they are function of course, the load parameters, so they are variables. And we can find them by computing using the terms imaginary of I1L or imaginary of I2L and real of I2L, the real of I1L in different forms. So this is the first one, the second one, third one. So we see that these susceptances, although theoretically can be computed, but they are not in the realizable form. Okay, means that if you implement these things in the actual system, it is difficult to implement them. Why? Because we need to compute the I1L, I2L, I3L, I1L, I2L, and then their real part and imaginary parts. So mathematically it is elegant to have them, but when we implement this compensator, it is difficult to get these parameters because calculation is quite intensive. So we need to simplify in more physical, realizable form, in more implementable form. Okay, so for that, the first step is to convert the zero sequence components again back into the real components. Okay, that means I0L, which is 0 of course, I1L, I2L, they need to be again transformed into IAL, IBL and ICL. Why it is so? Because IABC are still more physical parameters. We can directly measure these currents and find out their phases. Then you may have question, then if I have to convert back again into ABC, then why did we transform into 0, 1 and 2? We transform into 0, 1 and 2 components because we want to set the compensation objectives. Otherwise, how we will solve the system? We cannot set these compensation objectives using A, B and C because we do not know what to do. So once we resolve into positive, negative zero sequence, then we have some conditions. So we have resolved to positive sequence, negative sequence, zero sequence components to set the compensation objectives. Once they are established, we have expressions, again we can convert back into the ABC parameters. Okay, so that is very simple because we simply have to express I1, I2 and I1 and imaginary and real parts of the I2 as well as I1L and simply simplify them. Okay, so for that we already know these parameters. So this is I0L, this is I1L, this is I2L. This is from symmetrical transformations. Correct? Simply substitute. We will start with B gamma BC because it is simpler expression. It involves only 3 components, while as B gamma AB and B gamma CA involves 4 terms. 1, 2, this is 1, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. While as B gamma BC has only 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, B gamma C has 4 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can start from the simpler expression, that is B gamma BC. Then we can do the other things. So B gamma BC is nothing but minus 1 by 3 root 3b in bracket imaginary of I1L minus twice of imaginary of I2L minus beta into real of I1L. Substitute back I1L in terms of the IA, IB, IC. So I1L is IAL plus alpha IBL plus alpha square ICL by root 3 minus twice IBL imaginary of I2L, which is alpha AL plus alpha square BL plus alpha into CL divided by root 3. And then this is same. No need to change this. We do not get any simplified better version of this term, so we will keep it as such. Minus B beta IAL plus alpha ABL plus alpha square ICL by root 3b. So this remains same. Okay. Now in this case we can collect the coefficients of IAL, IBL, ICL in this and this. Okay. So we see IAL, this is 1 here and this is minus 2. This is 1 here. So become minus IAL. Here it is alpha. It is here minus 2 alpha square. This and this becomes minus 2 alpha square. minus 2 alpha square nothing but 2 plus 2 alpha. Am I correct? Minus 2 alpha square is equal to 2 plus 2 alpha. So 2 plus 2 alpha and plus alpha, this become 3 alpha. So 2 plus 3 alpha will come here as the coefficient of IBL. Similarly for ICL, okay, this is ICL not BL. Please correct this. This is ICL. So ICL is alpha square here. This is alpha square, and this is here 2 into alpha, minus 2 into alpha. So minus 2 alpha is nothing but 2 plus 2 alpha square. So plus 2 plus 2 alpha square plus alpha square become 3 alpha square. So 2 plus 3 alpha square into ICL. And minus beta real of I1L, which is IL plus alpha IBL plus alpha square ICL by root 3. Now let us collect this coefficient here. Okay. What do we see here? This is minus 1. This is 2 into IBL plus 3 into 3 alpha into IBL. This is again 2 into ICL plus 3 alpha square into ICL minus so and so. This is minus IAL. So what we do, we subtract and add some components. We add minus IBL and we add minus ICL. And we add 1 BL here and we add 1 CL here, ICL here. So this become 3 ICL. This become 3 IBL. Okay, and there is one term here IAL, IBL, ICL. So this summation becomes 0. This is IBL, ICL you can say. I'll just clean it better. I'm saying that add here minus IBL minus ICL. So this together becomes 0 because 3-phase 3-wire system. So IAL plus IBL plus ICL equal to 0. So this becomes 0. And here it becomes 3 IBL plus ICL. What is that? Equal to minus 3 IAL because sum equal to 0. So this whole thing becomes minus 3 IAL plus 3 alpha IBL. So this becomes 3 is common. Okay, 3 is common here. So I can say this is 3 here and this is 9 here. So then 3 goes with this here common, it becomes 3. So finally it becomes 3 only. Okay, so it becomes here imaginary of 3B. Okay, so this is minus 3 come this side, so become IAL. This is alpha, 3 alpha into IBL. There is that 3 alpha into IBL. 3 is common, so alpha into IBL is here. And then 3 alpha square ICL. So alpha 3 is common, so alpha square ICL. So finally minus beta real of IAL plus alpha IBL plus alpha ICL, alpha square ICL. This part is same. Later on we will set that beta equal to 0 because we want unity power factor operation. Because beta 0 means tan phi equal to 0, which means phi equal to 0, which means cos phi is 1. So for unity power factor, the beta we can set to 0, and hence this term become equal to 0. And therefore the B gamma BC will be equal to simply this term. I can remove this part totally and this becomes this term. So what do you see, that the first term is negative, the second is alpha positive and alpha square. Similarly, we can find out the B gamma Ca. Next to B gamma Bc is B gamma Ca. So B gamma Ca is having four terms, as I said in the beginning: imaginary of I1L plus imaginary of I2L plus root 3 real of I2L minus beta real of I1L. This is 0 because beta is 0, so we will leave this part and we have to simplify for this. Okay, so when you solve for this, there is some trick, because there is one real part and one is imaginary part. So how to combine them? As we know, the overall value of B gamma should be some imaginary, like this, imaginary of something. Similarly, B gamma Ca must be imaginary of something. Therefore, we need to have a uniformity in simplifying this. So therefore, we convert this real part into imaginary part first. What we do, we know what is I2L. The I2L is real of I2L plus j of imaginary of I2L. We can always write like that, any phasor. Okay, we multiply root 3. So root 3 into I2L is nothing but root 3 real of I2L plus j root 3 imaginary of I2L. Multiply by j both sides. So this is j into I2L is equal to j into real of I2L plus j square, become minus imaginary of I2L. Okay, then we multiply by root 3 again. So j root 3 I2L equal to j root 3 real of I2L minus root 3 imaginary of I2L. Okay, now we find out what is imaginary of j root 3 I2L is same as the real of root 3 I2L. Actually, it is very simple, but I have proved so that you should not think that I have skipped this step. Okay, so finally we have this expression: the imaginary of j root 3 I2L is same as the real of root 3 into real of I2L. So we will write this expression in this form. Okay, in this form, that the real of I2L is nothing but imaginary of j I2L. Now then we can combine these two terms. We can combine this term and this term, because both are imaginary. So this becomes imaginary of 1 is from this and root 3 is from this. So 1 plus j root 3. We can take minus 2 common. This becomes minus half minus j root 3 by 2. What is that? What is this part? This is alpha square. So the whole thing becomes equal to minus 2 alpha square. This becomes minus 2 alpha square. So imaginary is common in both here and here. So we can take it outside, imaginary here. So I1L minus 2 into alpha square I2L. Substitute I1L and I2L, will get IAL plus alpha IBL plus alpha square ICL. This is the first one and this is the second one. Again collect the coefficients of IA, IB and IC. So IL becomes 1 here and minus 2 alpha square, this one here. From this is alpha here, from it is minus 2 alpha 3. Okay, 2 into alpha into alpha square. So alpha 4. So alpha minus 2 alpha 4 becomes minus alpha. Am I correct? Because alpha is minus 2 alpha. So this is minus alpha here. And the third one is ICL. So ICL is nothing but alpha square from here, and minus 2 alpha 3, this and this is minus 2 alpha 3. So this becomes 2 alpha plus 3 alpha square, because this is nothing but minus 2. So minus 2 can be same as 2 alpha plus 2 alpha square. 2 plus 2 alpha square. Okay, minus 2 becomes minus 2 alpha plus 2 alpha square. So this becomes 2 alpha plus 3 alpha square, because this is already 1 alpha square. So if we expand this further, this is 2 alpha IAL, this is 2 alpha ICL. So 2 alpha is common, this is IAL plus ICL. And what is IAL plus ICL is minus IBL. So therefore this becomes minus 2 alpha IBL. So this term and this term contributes to minus 2 alpha IBL. So minus 2 alpha IBL and minus alpha ICL minus alpha IBL becomes minus 3 alpha IBL. Okay. So 3 is common here. So this becomes minus 3 alpha IBL, and this becomes plus 3 alpha square ICL, and this becomes simply 3 into IAL. 3 is common, so 3 will go with this 3 here, so this becomes minus 1 by 3b, and imaginary of I1L minus imaginary of alpha IBL, this part, and plus imaginary of alpha square ICL. This is the value of V gamma CA. It is tedious, but if you do one by one step, then you can find it easily. So I advise you to do it yourself and to feel that this expression and the previous expression, the difference is the sign is circulated. If you see B gamma AB here, what is this? Minus 3b is common anyway, don't bother this, okay. This is imaginary of minus I here, so minus is here, and alpha BL is here, alpha square CL is here. Next time this minus goes here, this minus goes here, next time this minus goes here, so that you can see that once we derive it, you can see minus sign is here. So this minus has come here, alpha BL plus imaginary of alpha square ICL. Similarly, we can find for B gamma AB. B gamma AB is same expression except this is minus. This is 0 because beta is 0. We assume the unity power factor operation. And we simplify this. So therefore this becomes 1 minus j root 3 because of minus sign. And 1 minus j root 3 is equal to minus 2 alpha. Earlier it was 2 alpha square, now it is minus 2 alpha square, now it is minus 2 alpha because of minus j root 3. Okay, expand these terms. So these are the expression for the B gamma AB, imaginary of I1L minus twice alpha I2L. Substitute this value, this is IAL, this is IBL, minus 2 alpha, simplify them, this is 1 minus 2 alpha, here this is alpha minus 2 alpha 3, this is alpha square minus 2 alpha square, this is minus alpha square, okay, this is here, sorry, it's very minus alpha square ICL. This is 3 alpha plus 2 alpha square, because we can express minus 2 alpha 3 same as 2, and 2 is same as minus 2 is same as 2 alpha plus 2 alpha square, no, 3 alpha plus 2 alpha square, and this is minus 2 alpha. So minus 2 alpha is nothing but 2 plus 2 alpha square. So this becomes 3 plus 2 alpha square. So 3 is common, you see. Okay, this 2 alpha square and 2 alpha square is common between IBL and IL. So 2 alpha square IBL IAL plus IBL becomes nothing but minus 2 alpha square ICL. Okay, so minus 2 alpha square and this minus alpha square becomes minus 3 alpha square. So minus 3 alpha square. Actually 3 is common here, but 3 I have taken outside. 3 is common here, this is 9 actually. Then I will cancel with this 3 and becomes 3 here. So finally 1 by 3v. Imaginary of IAL, alpha IBL minus imaginary of alpha square ICL. This time minus has come here. Okay. So if you see as a whole, you will get these expressions. Okay. You will get these expressions. These expressions are in terms of the load currents. The previous expressions were in terms of the sequence current components. These are more realizable form because we can directly measure the load currents. So they are preferred over the previous one. But still, there is no direct computation of the compensator susceptances, because we wish that there should be something more real quantity here rather than phasor or imaginary. So for a given load, simply compute the real time domain quantities and substitute it here and compute the value of compensator parameters. Okay, these are transformed into two most realizable form using the two methods. They are called sampling method and averaging method, or sampling technique and averaging technique, which can be easily implemented in the real time domain. Okay, so these two techniques we will discuss in the next class.